What is the process for amending a trademark application? In recent news, many entrepreneurs are asking about the process for amending a trademark application. With the rapid growth of new businesses, understanding this process is essential. If you have recently filed a trademark application or are considering it, you may be wondering how to make changes if necessary. Let's break down the steps involved in amending a trademark application to ensure everything is clear and straightforward. First, it is important to identify the type of amendment you need. You may want to correct errors, change ownership details, or modify the description of goods or services. Some changes can be made before your application is published for opposition. Others may be restricted or requiring additional procedures after publication. Next, you will need to file a formal request to amend your trademark application. This can be done through the Trademark Office's online system or by submitting a paper form. Make sure your request clearly specifies the changes you are seeking and includes any necessary supporting documentation. Once your amendment request is submitted, a trademark examiner will review it. They will ensure that your amendment complies with legal requirements and does not introduce new issues that could affect your application. If your amendment is acceptable, your application will proceed with the changes you requested. However, if there are objections, you may receive an office action requiring you to respond or provide further clarification. It is also important to consider how your amendment might impact the application timeline. Certain amendments, especially those that significantly change the mark or the scope of goods or services, may requiring your application to be republished for opposition. This could extend the time it takes to achieve registration. Conversely, minor amendments, like correcting typographical errors, typically do not affect the timeline significantly. After your amendment is accepted, the Trademark Office will update your application record. If your application was already published, this amendment might trigger a new opposition period. If your application is registered, the amendment will become part of the official registration record. Keep in mind that some amendments are not allowed once your application reaches certain stages, such as after registration. Changes that broaden the scope of protection or substantially alter the mark may not be permitted. Consulting with a trademark attorney is advisable to ensure your amendments comply with legal standards and do not jeopardize your application. In practical terms, the amendment process is formal and requires careful attention to detail and timing. It is essential to monitor your application closely and respond promptly to any office actions related to amendments. Legal guidance can help you navigate any objections and improve your chances of successful registration after making amendments. Understanding this process will help you ensure that your trademark application accurately reflects your intended mark and the scope of protection you seek.